Well, is it surprising that Meghan Markle is back in the news again? And, I think, has it been, I don't know, 5 minutes since she has decided to make an appearance? And of course, it makes sense given that Princess of Wales is also in the news quite a lot at the moment. And so, of course, she's got to be relevant somewhere. So in this video, I'm going to be exploring what her recent Instagram video is about, looking at the body language and discussing that just within a little bit of detail. If this is the type of video for you, then you might want to think about joining my channel and subscribing. It is free. You do not have to pay anything to subscribe to this channel, and also like this video because it does help the algorithm. My name is Ems. I'm a qualified UK therapist, and I use my nearly 20 years experience as a therapist where I understand body language and behavior. I look at not just what's being said, but also what's not being said, reading between the lines. And I use those tips and tools along with my personal opinion, which does sometimes differ because, believe it or not, I'm not a therapist 24/7. And I give you those tips to help you navigate what might be going on in your life. And you might need some support to help you through that. And my cat's just appeared. So that being said, grab your cuppa, sit back, relax as we get into truth, analysis, and tea. Meghan Markle has put up a video on her Instagram. Now, I know that most of you've possibly seen it, and so I screen recorded it because that's the only way I can put that up here without getting a copyright, I think, infraction. I'm not sure. I'm hoping. If you don't see it, then that's because I've been at a copyright strike. If you do, great. Now, I'm putting it up because I understand that a lot of you don't like her voice. So what I'm doing is I'm going to mute the video, but I'm going to put captions so you can see what she's saying, but you don't hear her voice. And then you're getting the body language, which is what I want to be doing over the top so you can see what I see. So here is the video now, and then I'm going to talk about it afterwards.
The fake surprise like this. Oh my God, look what's come. Even though, look, it's folded neatly. When my husband and I were in... Oh. But see, she's got this defensive pose already, so she's got her arms crossed. And the way that she's over-exaggerating, the over-explaining, and then even acting it out, this tells me this didn't happen. I think that she's wanted to find a way to do a video to make it seem like she's super popular. And she's created this scenario to tag in Billie Eilish and obviously Adam Levine. But this, like, she left the things in the washing machine. It's like the over explanation. You find this with people who lie, is that they add things into a story that are just completely irrelevant. And this is exactly what she's doing here. I don't believe for a second. I mean, it'd be nice if this was something that was genuine, but this isn't. I'm sorry. I'm trusting my instincts here. This isn't genuine. And I do explain more after this video, but this to me is completely made up. This is just her wanting to find a reason to come on and do a video to make it seem like, look, hand on her forehead. Oh my gosh, this is so shocking. I'm sorry. No.
Ah, my lovely Pip. What you doing, Bibbins? Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Why is it we talk to our animals? Or maybe that's just me. Talk to him like he's a little baby. Even though he's, how old is Pip now? How old is Pip now? Gosh, I got him in 2000 so he's 11. He's 11 now. So I got him no, he's 12. I got him in 2013. So he's 12 now. But you still look young and sprightly, Pip. Yes, you do. You still look young and sprightly. I'm going to come up now. Come on then. Come on. then. Tail in the face. Yeah, so as you can see in the video, one of the first things that struck me was that again, there's no noise in the background. Now, okay, we can argue with the fact that maybe if you're going to look at the children being with them, isn't it interesting that every time she does something or they do something, there's just nothing that says they've got children. Even when you see other celebrities, there's toys, there's just something around. There's nothing with those two. There's no noise in the background. Now, okay, like I say, if you're going to say the children are with them, we know my thoughts on the children. But I think this just again shows that she's not even got the forethought to put things in the background. But then again, I say, why has nobody in the day and age of mobile phones, why has nobody got a picture of her going to nursery, dropping off at nursery? They don't go in disguise. There's also, like I say, a law in California of that when the children are photographed by the paps, their faces are blurred. So why is it that whenever they've showcased their children out and about, was it a couple of years ago, they did the July the 4th fake moment, but they showed their faces. This, to me, these two who say we're keeping our children private, this is why you don't see them, lie, in my opinion, allegedly. But yet when they go to a July the 4th parade, they're happy to show the faces of their children. Why? Because they want people to believe that they've got children. And so they're showcasing these fake children because when you zoom in on their faces, it goes very weird and distorted. And like I've said before, paparazzi have the most extreme up-to-date zoom lenses. They're putting something on the footage or the photograph or whatever it is that means that when you zoom in, it becomes pixelated, it's distorted. But like I say, she's done this video and there's nothing in this, the background that shows that there's even life there. I mean, I'm surprised she didn't have Harry pop on screen. I'm surprised she didn't ring him and go, right, I'm just doing a video. I just need you to pop round to make it look like we're together. Act surprised, act like we're loving each other. But she didn't because obviously it's all about her. So this video, as I'm sure that you've now seen, is that apparently when she was walking around, that footage where she was ghoulish and she and Harry were walking around sort of looking through the remnants of people's lives as their houses had burnt to the ground. She apparently, he's knocking the camera now, so I'm holding it in place because I know that he's going to knock this over. That she happened to come across a woman and her daughter, and for some reason she decided to drop in this, how old are you? And the girl apparently says she's 15. But you're just taking the limelight from mummy. I mean, okay, you're beautiful and gorgeous, so I accept that. And that apparently out of all of the things, now bearing in mind this family, their house has literally burnt to the ground. They've lost everything. But the thing that they're most worried about was her Billie Eilish memorabilia or the things that she'd lost. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure a 15-year-old is devastated about those things. I'm sure. But given that you've got Meghan, who is apparently a millionaire that lives in a 16-bathroom mansion, although we know she doesn't, she thought the best use of her time was to get this this merchandise from Billie Eilish and a lunchbox from Adam Levine. A 15-year-old girl wants a lunchbox from Adam Levine. The Billie Eilish stuff I can absolutely get, I do. But the fact of the matter is that Meghan Markle thought the best thing to do was to then make an Instagram video acting surprised, because at the end of the day, this stuff is there. This stuff, she... I'm sorry, but... the stuff is sitting there all folded. So she says, I've just been informed that something's arrived. So what, you didn't know that was there? So you didn't go to the door and find out that was there? Every time I film, someone comes to the door without fail. Sorry about that. The fact that she's got her camera ready and she's like, something's just arrived. What is it? And she goes and starts relaying the story. Like I say, the fact that she somehow spoke to this 15-year-old, and like I say, this family have lost everything. So she thought the best use of her time was to replace some merchandise from Billie Eilish and a lunchbox from Adam Levine, which I'm sure, like I say, a 15-year-old girl is going to be completely impressed by. She, just honestly, I want to say that I'm shocked, but I'm just so not. The fact that she felt the need to do a video on it. It's not, again, that she's highlighting anything. I could sort of get it if she was, even though I still think she'd be slammed, because I do absolutely 100% believe that she's using the LA fires to create herself to look like she cares. When you are asking people to donate to your Merchywell website foundation, which takes 95% of the money for yourself, that tells you without anything else the type of people these two are. This is why they didn't want to stay in the royal family, because they wanted to merch being royal. And this is what she's done. But how embarrassing the fact that you've got, let's break this down. This woman married into one of the biggest families, one of the most famous families in the world, one of them. The British royal family. She married, at the time, one of the most, he was classed as an eligible bachelor. And whether you like him or not, I didn't. I was always Team William. However, he was, I think, below the Queen, one of the most likable royals. And so she came in at a time when Harry was kind of at his peak, because he was still being forgiven for all the indiscretions that he did and the terrible behavior, because it was, oh, it's Harry. He's a lovable rogue. He's a prince. So she came in at that time. And instead of being part of the team, instead of using, which is what her cult squad failed to realize, because when she first came into the royal family, everyone celebrated it. You know, the black community, the Americans, everyone supported this pretty much. And they were saying how wonderful it was. And she had the platform given to her that most people that wanted that type of thing can only dream of. You know, in a way, it was this fairy tale story in the beginning of this actress that's not very well known, come from sort of, I want to say humble background, but not really, because like I say, they were quite well off, but still. And, you know, she's married a British prince. She's an American. She's married a British prince. Here's the perfect opportunity to make a success of something, to utilize the platform that you've got to now, you know, do something good in the Commonwealth. I mean, let's be honest, they were president and vice president of the Commonwealth Institute. Is it Institute? They had the platform. She had the means to have people curtsy and bow and all of those things. She had people that could have called her princess. And if she'd have been a lovely person, no one probably would have batted an eyelid. They wouldn't have been saying, well, she's not a princess. They would have been loving it. The fact that having them two together with William and Catherine, and say if the children were real and all the children together, this would have been phenomenal. You know, and what did she do? She showed who she was. She showed that she was a grifter. She showed that really she had no interest in being a team player, no interest in being part of the royal family as soon as it started to go wrong. As soon as the tide started to turn and people stopped fawning over her and the media started revealing things about her character, she then started to think, ooh, time to bail. Time to start setting things in motion. The laughable thing is, look at her now. A woman that could have walked into a room and had people stand up, have people curtsy. Women and men that you know, when she was in suits, wouldn't have given her the time of day. If she was a lovely person, I'm talking about, not just because of who she is. She could have really done something amazing with the position she was given and been an absolute, in a way, icon for the Black community. She could have really done something, albeit that, yes, okay. And I'm just talking about before we really knew who she was. And what has she done? And where is she now? She's doing Instagram videos talking about how Billie Eilish, who's what, half her age, quarter of her age. How old is Billie Eilish now? She in her early 20s, or is she late? Or she 21, 22? Oh, do you know what? I need to find the age. But she's under half her age, and she's fawning over this. Thank you, Billie Eilish. Thank you, Adam Levine. Name dropping as if they're besties. When really all that's happened is that Billie Eilish and Adam Levine have been, their PR company have been contacted. She makes it seem as if they've personally done this. And she even signed it. What? Because you don't think that they've got a stash of signed memorabilia in their PR collection? She creates it to look as if Billie Eilish has been there hand signing this to personally deliver it to Meghan. When the reality is Meghan's PR company, or maybe even just Meghan because it is her PR company, contacted their PR team and said her story, and they've gone, yeah, sure, we'll send you some stuff. And then she's used that to then do an Instagram video, creating it to look as though she's personally doing something to help this 15-year-old. Now, don't get me wrong, if the story's true, that's you know, I'm sure she's going to love receiving this. But where's she sending it to? Because wouldn't it be more beneficial to house this family, or even give them some vouchers or donation towards some food, some clothes? But no, what she does is she gets her some memorabilia from Billie Eilish and a lunchbox from Adam Levine. And the way she talks about the lunchbox as if she's never seen a lunchbox before. Hasn't she got 2 young children? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm wrong? I mean, I don't think you will think I'm wrong, but I just yeah, like I say, there's never anything personal when they do these videos or whatever it is. There's never any noise in the background. There's never any, it's just so staged. It never looks natural and normal, which is, very similar to the way her cookery show is. This isn't just me, all warts and all. This is just staged, and she's always staged. This to me is staged. And again, and that's why people don't like her. She has her few diehard fans, and that's it. Like I say, her Instagram, because I looked, her Instagram at the moment is at 1.6 million. Now, I don't believe that they are all genuine followers, because when she created her Murchywell Orchard, that was the first time that she was coming onto Instagram. This was before the one that she's got now. And that, for months, barely scraped 500,000 subscribers. And if that is the only Instagram people thought that she'd have, they would have been the same. Her subscribers would be over 1 million on there, because people would be like, well, she's not on Instagram, but this is the only way to follow her. We'll follow her there. What she's got over there is the fact that she's also got, yes, she's got some of her fans, but I absolutely believe some of them are bots and fake accounts. And I also believe that her cult squad have probably signed up to multiple accounts and followed her. But you've also got journalists and people, let's say YouTubers, following her, etc. I'm not, because I refuse to do it. I can see her stuff without having the need to follow her. But as I say, interesting that all the comments are turned off. And the same with this Instagram. So I don't believe that she's got 1.6 million fans. Yes, some of those, again, are going to be journalists, YouTubers, not me. But they're also going to be the cult squad. But I absolutely believe that some of those are bought. When you look at the Prince and Princess of Wales, they've got 13 million followers. All right, I'm sure some of them are journalists, some of them are YouTubers, not all of them are fans, some of them are possibly the odd fake account that's been added, not by them, but just by people, troll accounts even. But, let's be clear, they've got at least well over 10 million genuine people following them, I would say. She's got 1.6, and not all of those are going to be fans. So I think, and also then when you look at the Kardashians, again, whether you like them, don't like them, it also shows how little people follow her in comparison to people like the Kardashians. And this is the fame that she wants. That's the fame that Meghan craves. She craves the level that the Kardashians have. Interestingly enough, leading me on to my next little story about Meghan, there is this caught my eye, because it said that Kim Kardashian is removing herself, distancing herself, or dropping Meghan. Now, we heard a lot of the rumors, was it last year, where she was trying to court the Kardashians. No, I think she sent Kris Jenner jam. So she's definitely trying to court Kris Jenner. Now, I do believe that possibly Kris Jenner was following Meghan's new account, because what I'm hearing is that Kris potentially doesn't mind her, or something along those lines. But Kim is the catalyst. Kim is the one that Meghan wants. Kim is the one that she covets. She wants the level of unbelievable. I swear someone is testing my patience. So I fully, not that I think that Kim was ever interested in Harry and Meghan. Maybe in the very beginning they might have been, but not now. But what interested me, what piqued my interest, because I nearly bypassed this article, I was like a non-news article, which is what piqued my interest at the bottom, was this, where it says Meghan is potentially going to be having a sit down with Kourtney because she's very interested in how successful she's become with Poosh, and that she really enjoys her Lemmy supplements. And I sat there and I thought, here we go. here we go. The love bombing of Kourtney. Because this is what's going to be happening. We know that Meghan is potentially trying to revive the Tig, but in her mind probably a bigger way, because she's now the Duchess of Sussex. I refuse to say the county where I live, associated with her. And we also know that she has tried to copy Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop. And the other person that she's also similar to, she sees herself as similar to, is Kourtney's Poosh, which is of a similar brand. So what we're having now is that we're now going to have these little drop feed articles that her media team are going to be putting out in the hope that Kourtney sees it or Chris sees it. And then what she's going to hope then is that then Chris is going to go, oh, we've seen this. Meghan Markle's very interested and really enjoys your Lemmy brand. Why don't we get together? And then what she's going to do is that she's going to, do you know what? I'd love it if Kourtney watched my videos, because what I would say is, Kourtney, run. Because what you're going to have, I mean, she clearly does. I know she wouldn't, of course not. But this is what narcissists do. They find something that's good, that works. And because they have no depth and no creative soul themselves in a way, they will copy, they will steal, whatever it is, because they will want that for themselves. And this is what's going to be happening with her. She's potentially tried it with Gwyneth in the past. I feel like I've got a cat hair right somewhere, and it's... I can see it in the corner of my eye. That's your fault. And it hasn't worked. So now she's going to try with Kourtney. The fact that she has possibly got Chris following her, the fact that she sent Chris jam, is that she's trying to schmooze and love bomb Kris Jenner, because she knows that she's their momager, and she's going to want a doorway in. And that, I feel, is what she's trying to do now. So what she'll then do is that she will then start taking ideas. She will try to infiltrate and get information as to why she's been successful, to steal those ideas for herself. Now, do I think this is going to happen? No. Purely and simply because I think Kourtney, especially a lot of the Kardashians, they're a lot more astute and business-minded than I feel that we see. You don't have to like them, but you can't deny, if you're going to look at their success monetary-wise or fame-wise, whatever it is, they've got it up there. You know, I may not like what they stand for. I may not like the behaviors and some of the things that they've done in the past, and some of the things they even do now. I don't know enough in the sense to in that way, but I do like how they seem to show up for each other as a family from what I can see. But I definitely will see someone like Meghan trying to infiltrate to get either Kris Jenner on board to help her, or to copy and take ideas from Kourtney. But like I say, do I think that's going to happen? No, because I do feel that they're a lot more business-minded and astute, and they know that being associated, which is why we've got this article of Kim Kardashian dropping. I don't even know she was ever with them, but they know that they're not good for their brand. Being associated with them is not good for their brand, because that's the one thing that is, I would say, very important to them, is their brand. Okay, they've associated with other things. I don't really understand why. And actually, some things are quite terrible, and obviously Diddy being one of them. But weirdly enough, in the way social media is, it's almost like they'll be forgiven for that. But if they side with Harry and Meghan, I don't feel that that in the world of social media, weirdly, that would be worse. Which is an odd thing to say given how horrendous that man is, but that is the way social media works. So they know, and I think they know that. I think that she does, Kris Jenner especially, has her, her finger on the button. She does know what works to elevate them monetary wise. And I do believe they know that deep down. They know that she's fame hungry. She's celebrity hungry, which is what this video that she did on her Instagram is about. But the main thing is, like I say, is coming back to that, even how sad and kind of laughable, and actually, if someone deserves it, she does, of a person who had it all at one point and threw it away by her own behavior and her own ego, which is what can happen with a narcissist if you leave them to their own devices. The best thing to do, even be it the hardest thing to do with a narcissist, is not fuel the flames. Leave them to it, because your silence angers them more. Now, I'm not saying in like our world, if there's sociopathy and psychopathy involved, that becomes a bit different, because then the last thing you want is to not feel safe. But generally with narcissists, they're generally cowards. That's why they do it, and they isolate. If you're going into the realm of sociopathy and psychopathy, it's a bit different. But like I say, generally people with narcissistic personality disorder, they're cowardly. That's why they don't do it in front of people, or they will only do it in front of people that they don't particularly care about if that person doesn't like them. But that's why they tend to isolate, because they don't want the mask shown. And that's why I don't think either way it would be successful anyway, because I actually think when I watch Kourtney, she kind of comes across tough, like you just wouldn't mess with her. And I don't think that she would gel with someone like Meghan. I think that she would see through her. So yeah, but like I say, that's why to me it's very interesting to me that Meghan at one point had it all and she blew it because of her own ego, because she can't help herself. Like I say, if you let them if you do nothing, they eventually show themselves. Because if you then start to become successful, if you go on and lead a new life, like her ex-husband Trevor has just had another baby. We got Princess Catherine coming out and shining with the photograph from Louis, and I'll put that up here. And she's come on and she's done like her, she's out and about and she's just living her life, and she's just looking beautiful, and she's just been sought after by Anna Wintour from Vogue, something that Meghan can only covet. And she's a fashion icon. All of people, they want to dress her, they want to be her. Catherine, this is Catherine, not Meghan. And everything that she does just shines. And this will infuriate Meghan, which is why she's dropped this, because she's got to be in there. But the fact, like I say, that she's using these LA fires to do it is just so disgusting to me. So let me know what you think in the comments. As always, I remind you just to please be respectful. I do not mind constructive feedback. I do not mind constructive criticism, even, as long as it's respectful. Any trolling comments, they will be removed. But just to say that they are the only comments I remove. I still get emails from people where they're saying, really disappointed, you've been removing my comments. I don't know how many times I have to say this. I think YouTube censors and they remove comments. I only remove trolling comments. That's it. So yeah. So if you want to treat me to a cuppa, you can do. Again, not obligatory. I have my Amazon wish list there. Also, my PO box is going to be now live. So if you want to write to me, you now can, because I had so many requests of you saying, please, please, please get your PO box up and running again. So it is now up and running, and it will be in the description box below, but it will also be in the bio of my YouTube channel. So if you want to, you can go there. It is not the same one. So if any of you have made a note of my old one, get rid of that. It is not the same. It is now a new one. Unfortunately, they couldn't give me the old one because it's been too long. So it's now a new one. So that, again, like I say, is in the description box below. Anything else? Coming in next video, I have some Netflix information regarding, again, Harry and Meghan. That's going to be in the next video. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. That will be coming on Friday. So that's it, I think. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. And as always, I love you, I appreciate you, but most of all, I respect you. Take care. Bye-bye. Mwah.